one-upsmanship is, I guess if that's an accurate description of what you're trying to express as far as proportionality, wouldn't that suggest, I mean, what is the limit to the one-upsmanship that an officer can do?
As I described earlier, that if a person tries to strike you or kick you, that the officer doesn't have to respond with their own punches or kicks. They can respond with a better tool, which would be an impact weapon or a taser or pepper spray. If the suspect were to grab hold of the officer's baton or taser, then the officer may find themselves in imminent threat and respond with potential deadly force.
Right. And I think the examples you used were strike you, stab you, shoot you, were some examples that you were talking about in terms of one-upsmanship, but that wasn't the answer I was looking for. In terms of one-upsmanship, isn't what the officer is always limited in their response by the Graham versus Connor standards of reasonableness, right?
True.
And so whatever step the officer takes to either escalate or de-escalate, it must be objectively reasonable. Correct?
I agree.
And that's why someone who is not resisting, who is being compliant, that's why that person cannot have any force at all exerted against them. Is that right?
I don't agree with that.
If a person is not resisting and is not non-compliant, so let me phrase it better, compliant, that doesn't, officer's not justified in using force if they're being complied with.
So they'd be using control if the suspect's in their custody.
Right. And control, under your definition, like if we're looking just at pure control, that is a restraint that's not likely to inflict pain, correct?
Yes.
That's control. But you've agreed that Exhibit 17, what we saw here in this case, was likely to produce pain. True?
It could.
And so if someone is not resisting and they're compliant, the use of something, control as you put it, that could produce pain is just not justified, is it?
No.